Evening. How's everybody doing? Back for another video live on YouTube. I just wanted to come on, reply to some of the comments I got on my video I did this morning, assessing the Tottenham Hotspur squad. If you're watching, please smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new here. Yeah, and if you're watching it on playback, please give us a like. Much appreciated. And yeah, thank you so much. So look, Tottenham Hotspur, guys, eh? Tottenham Hotspur. Oh, what a tough old season it's been. Really, really tough. And obviously coming off that transfer window. Oh, so disappointing, wasn't it, that Spurs couldn't get anyone in other than Gallagher. It don't make sense, does it? It doesn't make sense. You know, the club talk about ambition. You know, the summer was slightly better after going over it this morning. And you really would have thought the club would push on. They're still in the Champions League, got to compete in that competition. And yeah, look, guys, it's just so much ag, isn't there, online about Spurs? ENIC out. I saw Paratici's comments today slagging off well, not directly, but he was having to go at the board, wasn't he? And yeah, not enough ambition. What did he say now? Let's have a look what he said. I think I clipped it earlier. He says, to do this job with a club like Fiorentina was a source of real motivation. To do it with these owners who are very serious and infrastructure that's super international, a brand known all over the world, and people who share my ideas on the game was more than enough for me to come back and work here. Well, this says it all, doesn't it? This just says it all, doesn't it? Look, more ambition at Fiorentina. Guys, what do I say? What do I say? Look, so yeah, I've got some comments on my video this morning or throughout the day. I wanted to come on, read them out, and then just kind of reply, bring up some conversation about Spurs. It's dark times, wasn't it, the club? And you know, just thinking back now of when I've actually enjoyed watching Spurs. Obviously, we had the Europa League final last season, which was great, but you know, last season was painful, wasn't it? All those defeat after defeat after defeat, getting embarrassed every week. And now this season, nothing's much got better, has it? We've got to be honest here. Yeah, we've got to be honest. So just thinking back, I mean, you know, under Pochettino, I would say, where we regularly enjoyed watching Spurs. They were good times up until near the end, obviously, when he lost his job. Built a new stadium, moved into the new stadium. We had high hopes, but, you know, back then, ENIC, Levy, whoever, they didn't back Poch, did they? They didn't give him the players that team needed. It was kind of coming to the end of its cycle. And the likes of Dembele was moved on in that season when we made that Champions League final. But just thinking back and the general enjoyment as a Spurs fan, you know, that they were the times, weren't they, under Pochettino? And under Conte, when he first came in, he got us into top four. That was a good second half of the season. I did remember enjoying that. But other than that, it's been pretty dreadful, isn't it? Big up to Freddie in the chat. How you doing? Big up, Dan. Lounge video did it for me. There's nothing big coming in this summer. Well, this is it, isn't it? We're going to have a big up to you, Freddie. We're going to have a big summer. That's what they say. I don't know. Honestly, I have to see it to believe it. I just don't understand it. They could have got a couple of players, even a lone player, top lone player in or a couple, you know, just to help us, you know, with these injuries we currently got. You know, knowing that we're underperforming so badly in the league, finishing we're 14th right now, 9 points from West Ham. Man United at the weekend, rejuvenated Man United. Michael Carrick, you know, it just looks like a Man United win, doesn't it? Or will we defy the odds and go there and get a result? Well, we'll have to wait and see. Look, let's go to the comments that I wanted to bring up. Big up to everyone. Comments on my videos, my lives. whatever I do. It really is much appreciated. So let's bring up the first comment from Lee Richards. Lee, big up to you, man. You're always watching the channel, always putting comments. Much appreciate, man. Hope you're good. So he says to me, sorry to say this, Dan, and it doesn't come easy to me to say this as a supporter for over 50 years, but we may as well all check out until this club has got new ownership, because the only place we're heading under these people is the Championship. And our pathetic window, after all their promises, just shows they have no ambition for this club, and worse, to have no idea of the real danger we are in the league. But unfortunately, there are still too many Spurs fans willing to swallow the club's pathetic excuses. Only last night, there was a guest on a well-known Spurs YouTube channel spouting pure ENIC propaganda regarding the window and Romero's situation. Honestly, our fan base won't wake up until ENIC have taken us into the Championship, by which time it will be too late. Serious words. Cheers, Lee. Thank you for that comment. We'll get into it in a minute. Big up to Mike. How you doing, Mike? How you been? Long time since I've seen you in the show and in my comments. Hope you're well, man. Still going to the games, mate? And how's that video going that you're putting together? You're still working on it? He says, "What's it? Agree. A lot of bootlickers out there." Look, I don't know what show he's referring to, but I think I have an idea. I do. I think I have an idea. But he talks the truth, man. I think a lot of fans don't realise how serious a situation the club is in. You know, Levy's gone. We thought it would be better, but it looks worse. Thomas Frank again in his press conference defending the board and, you know, keeping calm with these transfers, not rushing to a decision and not making the wrong decision. But, you know, the club had 6 months planning for this window. I mean, come on, guys. Like, I know Paratici left and, you know, all that happened, but come on, honestly. Look, I don't know what to say. And Lee is right that, you know, I think the owners won't really know how serious it is until something like relegation happens. And then once we're relegated, you know, what are they going to do then? And then the fan base will truly realise, you know, where this club is going, and hopefully more would get on board with protesting and not spending money in the ground, you know, maybe selling their tickets or just not turning up. Something's got to happen because, I mean, ENIC, you know, 25 years they've been here and nothing's ever really changed. I know when I went over the squad this morning in the video I did, you know, it's just shocking. It's shocking. Like the signings we've made, the last 20 signings, it's only about 5 of them which are any good. The rest of them are if buts and maybes, potentials. And for a club who want to be in the top 4, who have qualified the Champions League before, you know, Lewis family talks about sporting success. Nah. It's these guys, ENIC, they're never going to be serious. It's all about money. It's all about profit before glory. And look, Lee, good comment, mate. Honestly, I agree with it all. And you know, you sound very disappointed with the window, like us all. I don't blame you, mate. Honestly. So look, let's go to the next comment. Kate, how are you doing, Kate? Thank you as well for watching the channel. And yeah, much appreciated. Always commented on my videos. So let's read out what you have to say. Big up, Mike. Big up. Hope you're good, man. She says, Dan the man, Romero, VDV, Xavi, Paulini, and Gallagher. So she's answering the question, like, what players do you actually rate in the squad? And Danzo is injured. Bergvall and Gray are still learning their trade. Insult to injury, we get a 16-year-old, well, I think she meant 18-year-old. It's that young player from Scotland, right, Wilson. That's not going to help the squad. We are looking for replacements for Romero and VDV. Failure to bring anyone with quality to help the team. Frank should have been knocking at the board's door, asking for some help when you have an ownership that doesn't care about the football on the pitch to help the players. This club sunk to a new low. It'll be the same in the summer. We tried. Dan's so fed up with these owners. They don't care about the football on the pitch. Dan just sick to death with the owners, board, Lange. We need a manager that motivates the squad sooner rather than later. Look, thanks, Kate. Again, I agree with what you're saying there as well. Honestly, it's some good comments there. It just baffles everyone, doesn't it? It really does. It baffles everyone. Is Scott? How you doing, Scott? Evening to you, Dan. Have you heard me say it before? But what is most frustrating is that none of this is shocking anymore. We now expect nothing to happen, no improvements, and a poor squad. Look, man, it's terrible. It's terrible, that window. Enoch, everything aside. Yeah, I know that me and Scott have debates over quality of players, and we'll continue to do so. But it's kind of minor in the big scheme of things. Let's be honest here. The biggest problem is that Enoch, and things will never get better, will they? Really, under Enoch, until they prove us wrong. They had money to spend, loads of money to spend. They could have bought a couple of top players, knowing not what situation we are in the league, how we're performing this season. It's not good enough with the injuries. There's just no excuses, really. And what a waste of the season it looks like. Big up to Guy. How you doing, man? Guy says this transfer window just shows that Spurs have no bloody intent in trying to increase the quality of our squad at all. 100%. And Guy's also agreeing with Scott. May I just be apathetic as all hell? Yeah, fair enough. But back to Kate's comment. Look, what else have you said in there? You don't rate too many of the players in the squad. I mean, when I went through it and looked at the top 6 signings we've made over the last 20, there's hardly any. If you really look at it, maybe 3. You could argue 4 or 5, but and these are players would these other top sides would sign. And it's just, so what is the club trying to do here? What do they want, and what are they trying to achieve? Because the last 20 signings are a reflection of not that. Say that obviously we do have some players in the squad which could make those top 6 sides, but it's not many. And this squad, it needs a manager which is going to get more out of them, really, isn't it? That's it. That's what it's always been. Yeah, it's always been about a manager getting more out of them. And I do think the squad on a whole, I think can push for European places, not the top 6, 7 sides, but with a good manager getting more out of them, good tactics, consistency, I think we can push. But any higher, no way. We're nowhere. Our squad, player to player, compared to those top sides, we're well off it. We're well off it, and all we can really at this stage with that squad is try and push for Europe. But we're not even doing that this season. And a lot of people are blaming Frank. A lot of people are blaming quality of player. Probably a bit of both, to be honest. But it's just depressing stuff, man. Honestly, this club. Guys in the chat, when was the last time you actually enjoyed watching Spurs? It's quite a long time ago, wasn't it? We got Brian. How you doing, man? Good evening, everyone in the chat. Dan, my man, hope you're well. I'm good, man. Hope you're good as well, Brian. Nice to hear from you. 2 Marks. How you doing? Cookie, I think. How you doing, man? Thank you for being here as well. Hope you're good, man. And Mike says, my seat has remained empty since the Wolves game. I just don't have the energy for 1.5 hour bus ride and 2-mile walk. Yeah, mate. Why would you come all the way to the games when we're so rubbish this season? And that was quite a while ago, that unable to beat Wolves, wasn't it? Man, look, and it ain't got any better since then. Oh dear. Yeah, tough times, isn't it? I just don't know what to say anymore about this club. It's draining, isn't it? And in life's tough. I don't know for people in the chat, but I find life quite a struggle, and I look forward to the football, and it's important. I look forward to it. Watching my team win games. We ain't won it enough this season, have we? It's been one big struggle. How many defeats in the league? 9. 2 wins in 16, isn't it? Last victory away to Palace just after Christmas, I think. Blimey, and we're like February. What is going on now? Why can't we win a game of football? Are these players this bad that we can't do that? I don't know. Guys, what do you think? What do you reckon? Frank, is it quality of player? Injuries? So many reasons, isn't there? Enoch not back in the team. Let's see what Guy says. Hey, Dan, you know me, mate. Villa was the last time. I'm putting my foot down this time. The Magic of the FA Cup. Oh, mate, honestly, such a disappointing game, weren't it? And we decided to turn up again in the second half and try and come back. But, it's all too late, wasn't it? And it was enough to dash sure hopes for the rest of the season. And that's it, mate. You're not going anymore. Yeah, it's sad, isn't it? Focusing on your music, mate, and other stuff. Yeah, big up Cookie, mate. How you doing? Mike says, imagine the cost of a season ticket just to see us beat Burnley at the beginning of the season. I mean, this is it, isn't it? And this is why I'm really struggling to understand why more fans are not unhappy and more fans are not turning up to the protest or speaking out against the board, doing anything really. It's hard to understand, isn't it? You spend a lot of money. This season has been a disaster league-wise, out of the domestic cups. We're unlikely to qualify for Europe, aren't we, to be honest? And we just want to pull away from relegation, and the actual target now is actually win a game of football in the Premier League. That's how bad it's got. Win a game of football. A guy says, you know me, mate, I'm focusing on some. I'll let you know when it's all ready. You do, mate, you do. And you said, you know me. Oh, that's the same comment. Big up to you, mate. Well, let's go to the next comment I wanted to read out from my video earlier. And big up to Mick. Thank you for watching the channel. On your comment, he says, I like this comment, right? He says, this club needs to sit up and listen to fans. Protests inside and outside the ground obviously don't work. Why not at games played on live TV, throw tennis balls or small plastic ducks on the pitch to disrupt the game and make the whole audience aware of the massive shithouse we're in? And stop buying club merchandise. I supported this club for 68 years, and this is bad as I've known it. That, look, man, if saying that and you supported the club that long and this is as bad as it is, it says a lot how bad it is, doesn't it? Because you must have seen everything. Big up to Mick for your comment. And that this is the thing, isn't it? How do you rally the fan base to, do something about this? What is it going to take for the fans to really turn against the board? Is it something like relegation? I don't know. What is it? More defeats in the league? I don't know. You're all booing, in the ground at the end of the games, all the home games this season. Boos, boos, boos. Yeah, but then you don't turn up for the protest. I don't quite understand. I get it. Some people might not like to protest. I know a lot of people go to the games just to kind of escape, see friends and family, have a beer and a burger. Maybe you're just not angry enough. Maybe you're just accepting that things are never going to change and until we excel. But, how long could this go on for? Like, I'm sick to death of it. Honestly, I am. I'm not spending any money on this club. I've had enough. I'm not spending anything. I haven't spent anything on this club. I haven't been to a game since Pochettino, his last season. And I refuse to go until I see the club be serious and sell. And I'm going to stick to that, and I know there's many people like me as well. And big up to everyone who went to the protests, so sing in the stadium, do all you can, get involved with Change for Tottenham, and hopefully more will get involved. I just can't see us winning a game of football in the league right now. Can I? Newcastle at home next week, midweek. They don't travel that well, but I wouldn't be surprised if they get a result against us. I'll big up to Rob. How you doing, man? Hello, Dan and everyone. Landry's great, isn't he? How some fans swallow his bullshit is unbelievable. Yeah, it stinks, doesn't it? That interview, man. I didn't even listen to it. I read the quotes. I couldn't listen to it, man. It would just send me to sleep. But I did read what he said, and it was just excuses. No players available. Just there's loads of players available. You just got to go and throw the money down and get them. And this season has been a disaster, hasn't it? But going back to Mick, thank you for your comment, mate. And I feel sad for you. 68 years, and you feel like this. Frustrated like many of us are. A big up for your comment on my video earlier. We're going to go to the next comment now. Leon, big up to Leon. Hope you're good, man. He comments on excellent points, great podcast. In my opinion, the players Simmons, Romero, Kudos, VDV, Bergval, Paulinia, Gray, Odeberg, Spencer, Doggy, Vustovic, Danso, Kingsley, Tell, Kulusevski, Sarr, Gallagher. So these are the players that you rate. My core then mixed with academy and experience in the window is needed. The problem is you can't tackle. So he's talking about, back in the days, he says, I wouldn't mind having a team full of McKay's, Roberts and Davids. Yeah. And Davids. Yeah. We just, football's different now these days, isn't it? You can barely make a tackle. And then Paulinho goes a go still, doesn't he? And he says there's no backbone on fight at these above. Players had it all under Poch. Poch had it, and with Dembele and Wanyama. And yeah, that's a topic, my friend, we can talk about all day. So yeah, he's referring to about all the problems to Tottenham. I said that at the end of the video. So many problems. I could have gone on and on and on. But yeah, big up Leon for your comment, mate. Thank you so much. It's all about, it's not that hard, is it? You buy winners into the team, people with ambition, people experience of winning, talent, exciting players. Spurs have got so much money, ninth richest club in the world. They've got the money to do it. Just go and scout them. But the trouble is, isn't it? Like, maybe players looking at Spurs right now under Thomas Frank, we don't look in a good place, do we? The football's not great. No one's really improving. We're not a big attraction right now, are we, under Thomas Frank? And he's just not been able to get the results. Maybe that's part of it. Maybe that they had a number of players lined up, but they've just said no. We don't want to come, and possibly involved in a relegation fight. And this is the trouble, isn't it? We don't really know the real truth about why they're not signing players. It all screams ambition, but it's got to be a little bit more complicated than that. It can't be just that they don't want to, because they see the fans booing every week. They see the position in the league. They see the unhappiness in the fan base. They know, and they're not selling out the stadium. I mean, there was one game, what was it, in the Champions League, where there was 12, 13,000 tickets they didn't sell. So, they've got to do something. But they didn't, and it's just hard to understand. Cookie says, bullshit that turns into a load of stinking manure. Trust the process. Rob says, big up to Angus. Big up, Dan. Hope you're well, mate. Can't lie. Who needs Comedy Central when you've got Tottenham Hotspur? Mate, we're a joke. We are a joke. Can't say nothing. Guy says, all we wish for is a team of Robbie Keanes. Team of Robbie Keanes and a team of Robbie Keanes, yeah. Maybe he'll come back and manage Spurs one day. He seems to be doing all right. But yeah, back to Leon, mate. Thank you for your comment earlier on my video. Much appreciated. Yeah, we're all just so frustrated, aren't we, as fans? Go to Cookie says Angus is in the house. And a few hellos in the chat. Yeah, so look, thank you so much for watching my video this morning. I was just going over the squad, and just the ambition is just not there, is there? Going over the last 20 signings, a lot of them are just been not good enough. Why sign a likes of Wilson, Tell? Why don't go and get, ready-made players who are going to impact the team first, straight away? It was faders like Werner, a load of kids with potential, Bergvall, Gray, just signed that Sosa left back. A majority of these signings are just average or kids for the future, and this is where we go wrong. It really is. And I've just had enough. I've had enough of this club, and this team is so far away of competing with the top six. It's struggling to get even in the top half of the league. I put a lot of that down to the manager. I think we could be doing better. I just think he's such a reactive manager rather than a proactive manager. He doesn't go at games to win them. He's safe, risk averse, isn't he? But then we see us come to life, isn't it, when we go 2 goals down, and it just shows you that we can play on the front foot if we want to. And that's the biggest frustration. The thing is with Frank now, it doesn't look like he's going anywhere. I hope he turns it round, because it's desperate. Honestly, it's desperate. I don't enjoy watching Spurs. I want things to get better. We ain't signed no one. Got a number of injuries. Got tough games coming up. You just have to pray that Frank gets it right. I don't believe he will. It's just such a struggle. Like, no wins in the league since away to Palace, man. It's crazy stuff. Absolutely crazy stuff. Guys, in the comments, what you thinking about the weekend game against Man United? Do you give us any chance at all? It looks like a Man United win unless suddenly the team turn up. I don't know. I heard Van der Ven's back. Spence possibly. Solanke's back, I've heard. Guys, what do you reckon? Let us know in the chat. I just lost the words, really. When I started the show, I was talking about your happiness as a fan, and I haven't really been happy since, consistently happy, in the season since Pochettino. Honestly, I haven't. And it's just where's it all gone wrong? Hiring and firing managers. We had some good managers in Mourinho, Conte, but just back them. Yeah, it's just mental stuff, honestly, really is. It's just such a disappointing time to be a Spurs fan. What do you reckon, guys? My battery's about to go dead. I'm gonna have to shut it down, man. It's just gone all dark. But look, big up to everyone watching in the chat. This was a really just a quick video. I just wanted to reply to some of the comments I got in my video this morning. I don't really have much more to say, to be honest. I'm tired. Been working all day. Yeah, knackered. Um, but again, I do appreciate people, watching my videos and commenting, and I just thought it'd be nice to come on and talk about it for a change instead of just writing back in the comments, just by just like typing. Sometimes I find it easier to verbally talk back. Yeah, pick up everyone in the chat, man. I'm exhausted by the club. Really don't have much kind of energy to kind of talk about them, to be honest. They're just one big disappointment. Um, See what happens against Man United at the weekend. Yeah, and then Newcastle next Tuesday. Pray that we start getting some wins. Otherwise, we're going to drop closer and closer to that bottom three. Big up to everyone who's joined us. Thank you so much. Smash the like button if you don't mind. I much appreciated. And take care of yourselves. And yeah, good night. And as always, come on, you Spurs.